Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about the concept of one honest citizen being better than countless being a one. Sorry, we're going to talk today about one honest citizen being a better leader than countless politicians. All right, so let's jump into this. So that specific phrase, one honest citizen turning out to be a better leader than countless politicians, is how one of the journos over on MSNBC described the 1993 movie Dave. And the reason why was just like pretty much like the majority, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other journalists, he was praising President Volodymyr Zelensky. So we had this crisis come up in February 2022, huge crisis, global fear, right? We had this crisis of global fear come up in February 2022. So the world has these drum beats now, right? So we all remember 9/11. It was catastrophic. We all remember March 2020, right? We all remember February 2022, right? These are history hinges. That's what these dates are. And why do we attach these dates to these things? Well, one, dates don't recur again. So I could say February 2020. I could say February 2022. You know what happened in February 2022 because it washed away every other event, right? And because I think one of the things we're learning as humans we're definitely learning this. Naming things for actual people's names is a terrible, terrible idea, right? Who's going to name their child Karen going forward? Who's going to name their child Katrina going forward? Who's going to name, and so this is a really bad idea to hey, let's name storms after people's names. Let's name cultural events after people's specific names. If you have the very nice name Brandon, you got a rough year recently, you know what I mean? It's bad, right? So that's one of the reasons why I just attach, hey, here's this date. We all know what happened then, right? So that's, just want to explain that these history hinges, right? So in February 2022, we had this crisis of global fear. Like the whole world worried about something it had not worried about since 1950, right? That's pretty incredible, right? So one of the journos is talking about President Volodymyr Zelensky. And the whole world is now looking at President Volodymyr Zelensky because his nation had a crisis, and I think it was America who invited him to leave. They said, "Hey, your nation's under invasion, right? We can get you out. Hey, here's the pickup point, right?" If it wasn't America, it was a different country who offered him exit. Just let me know. I'd love that. But to my knowledge, it was the U.S. And he said, "I don't need a ride. I need ammunition." And what he was saying, and those words, "I don't need a ride. I need ammunition," they were a clanging gong to the world to say there's a new type of leadership, right? You basically the captain who goes down with the ship, right? Saying, hey, there is absolutely no limit. There was this leader, President Volodymyr Zelensky, who was saying there's no limit to what I'm going to do for you, my people, right? And the reason why this echoed across the planet, right, is many nations now have these politician leaders that they do not trust. They don't trust them they don't trust them in any way, and it's very problematic and frightening to have a leader you don't trust, right? And there's a whole lot of things that are happening. So one of the biggest ones is the idea of politician. There are specific politician. It is a career name, and the word politician has become, for many Americans, synonymous with the word liar, right? It's just so. And basically, we have this model, right? They go to an Ivy, They get a political science degree or a law degree, and then they pursue the presidency, right? And most American, I'm not going to say most Americans, many Americans at this point, because I don't think anybody does a study on this, right? Many Americans, but you could definitely see a pattern, right? Ask somebody around you what their opinion of a politician is. You're not going to get some good words back generally, right? Um, Even American politicians say, "What's your opinion of American politicians?" You're not going to. It's very unlikely you're going to find somebody who says even three good words, right? Like, uh, so American politician, it's just been shredded, right? So this journalist was talking about, hey, there's this new leadership model where the leader you choose is not a politician and actually cares for you as a person, right? And that's what Volodymyr Zelensky has literally proven. Like, it's not like does he care for us? Like, he's in a country under constant shelling, right? Like, the question is no longer a question; the answer is there, right? Like, so, and that's where we live now. Like, you can say what you want, you can say what you think, but facts are facts, right? And Volodymyr Zelensky is factually a hero, right? Like, he's a global hero. He's literally doing it every day, right? Like, and people try to disprove facts, but facts are facts, right? So, like, here we go, right? So this journal was talking about the movie Dave 1993, which starred Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver, because the concept of that movie is that one honest citizen turned out to be a better leader than countless politicians, right? And I think the whole world is going to be looking for this now, right? Now, I got some good news. This is America, and we got an election coming up in 2024. And we the people get to choose, right? And I know some of you have been hearing some people that are telling you that we don't get to choose. We do get to choose, right? We get to choose, we vote, and we can choose one of us. We could choose one honest citizen who is not a politician, and then see if the fiction becomes a reality, right? Dave 1993 is a fiction, right? But we can make it a reality. We can choose just one honest citizen, right? And reject wholeheartedly, say, never again will we ever have some Ivy League politician put into the presidency. We just can't allow it. It cannot allow it. We've had it too many times. When has anybody ever come in and they did what they said and they didn't reverse their opinions within 4 years on major issues, or just outright lie, or 100 other things? Like, this is where we have landed, and we want one honest citizen who can become a better leader than countless politicians. And I don't think it's hard for Americans at this point to believe that one honest citizen could easily surpass the countless politicians we've had who have lied to us and failed us and done just irreparable damage to many of the American treasures we've handed them to protect and not drop, right? And so what we do, so I'll tell you right now, I think I've seen the honest citizen. It's Andrew Yang. He's not a politician. He came up out of actual American commerce, right? And he has proven himself to be one honest citizen, right? He's got one spouse. They have 2 kids. He's such a kind and generous person that the person he promised to be with forever, they're still together through trials, right? And the reality is, he doesn't lie constantly, right? So that's the one honest citizen I'm pointing to. I'm willing to hear you. Do you see one honest citizen out there that we can all rally behind and abandon these Ivy League politicians that roll into the presidency and deliver less than nothing? I would love to hear it. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.